No, no.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay, all right.
But, you know, just some of the results we're seeing coming out of the coaching program like that, you know, $2 million grant off of her playbook. Just,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
you know, and so really what we want to start to do is capturing some stories.
Have I ever shared my playbook with you?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll send that to you after this call, but yeah.
Yeah. And so what we wanted to do, and I assume, is there anything I need to do to make sure Reshma's picture stays in, Candice? Okay. Because it's on you. That's really good.
Okay, it was on a different screen, yeah.
So basically these 3 questions around the coaching program. If you think back to that time, seems like so long ago, that's 2020, right? I think
it was, yeah.
I know it was a decade, not even a decade, but like just a whole age ago, right? So if you think back to that time, what was the problem you were dealing with at the time you went through the coaching program, or what were you looking to accomplish or challenge that you were focused on at that time?
Creating an innovation team from scratch in a position that had not ever existed as the head of IT, and bringing a mindset and a methodology of structured innovation to the company. The company that I just started working for was essentially consider themselves to be kind of a tech forward company, right? Innovative in and of themselves. But there was no real structure or process or even dedicated set of resources. And so I wanted to create a justification to do that, quite frankly. And I think the playbook really helped quite a bit.
Yeah. So how did the program help solve it? Like if you look at the program and the playbook, how did it help you get to the outcome that you wanted to achieve?
I think it brought me clarity, quite frankly. So as we went through the program and helped, really define the problem statement, help define some, potential ways of dealing with it, it brought enormous clarity to how do we create a brand new, from scratch, never existed innovation program, fund it, resource it, staff it, and then structure it in a manner where people understand that we're going to have, like a funnel, for instance, of, tons of ideas and then phase gating it through versus, kind of the traditional way that had been done, which is let's look at the problem we have, let's get in a conference room, find some vendors, see if it works, and then go deploy it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the program really helped me think through the structure and the process, layer in design thinking, and now you have a methodology as a foundation by which you can go solve really any problem.
Yeah. So what would you say was the result? If you look back and kind of where you are now, what would you say was the result or outcomes that you were able to get to that were measurable for you?
Yeah, so I took the playbook that we developed, say almost same format and template, maybe added a little bit to it. And certainly the guidance and feedback from the rest of the cohort, right, that were in my program was really, really helpful too. Shared it with the C-suite as here's how I feel we should do innovation. And so a couple things happened from there. One, we changed the name of my department from, technology and innovation to innovation and technology. So it's truly IT. 2, we carved out an innovation team specifically led by one of the SVPs of IT and then staffed him with a resource. And so we were able to get FTE support to add a resource to support him. 3, we built the innovation lab, in a way that could help us tell our design thinking story of how we approach innovation, in addition to focusing on the resident journey. And so we had the square box already constructed, but how we were going to utilize it, the playbook helped us kind of articulate the value of the innovation lab. And so that's been, incredibly important to the company now in terms of showcasing how we do innovation. And so you'll see, design thinking and our, innovation funnel on one screen. You'll see some of the tech we're looking at. You'll see the resident journey flowing through the innovation lab. And then, we got about $1 million of research and experimentation funding.
Oh, wow.
Literally throw stuff at the wall. If it sticks, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if we're truly going to be an innovative company, we're going to also put money. So I think those 4 things were really tangible results that started with the playbook development, within the cohort. Didn't even know, kind of how to approach it until we did this program. And then by being able to articulate it, based on that template to the C-suite, all those outcomes have transpired. Now, that was fast forward, right? And so now, we are definitely, I've been told even by the founders of our company who didn't necessarily see us as a tech company, that he sees us as now a technology company. Innovation is now squarely understood that IT is leading the charge, in this front. And they really expect us to go solve some problems with really creative approaches. And so I think it's been a really powerful outcome.
That's really good. I think those are all of my questions. I just, I think I could stay on with you for another
hour. Talk about it
just
forever.
talking through it, right?
Which we need to give you the innovation lab tour. It is the sizzle. I call it the sizzle tour. We give it to all investors, even new hires that we're trying to woo to come work for us, especially in technology. No one grows up saying, hey, I want to work for a real estate company, right? But once they go through our tech lab and we show them what we're doing with Triad, we show them what we're doing with our data, and we give them that entire technology tour. It's really mind-boggling in terms of truly how we're able to kind of put the whole story together now.
That's really amazing. And I've come over. What day is lunch served?
Wednesdays.
I think is it Thursdays?
Wednesdays.
And I think when I moved here and we started working together, I was like, I want to make time to come over and really work with Greg, but also kind of interact with Dawn too. And so maybe that's an opening just to come by, kind of do the tour and kind of reconnect with Greg.
I think so. I think, look, for this year, he's got a finite list of 4 or 5 things that he's pushing the envelope on and wants to work on. But I think that checking in and I know he sees you as a mentor in this space, right? Because I had to sell Greg, who's the SVP, on this whole concept, on the playbook, on design thinking. We're going to innovate doing what? How we're going to do? What do you mean we're going to interview people, right? It's empathy. And so he's now sold, and I think he considers you a mentor in this space. So I think that'd be good if you set that up with him.
Yeah, and he went through the coaching program too. And
that's right.
I loved working with him, by the way.
Yeah, great guy.
So we'll make time come through. And is there anything else you want to add before we wrap?
No, I want to know, 1 year after this program, or however many years, do we update our playbook? Do we all get together as an alumni? Do we share?
Exactly.
It'd be kind of cool to kind of, just see where everybody's at a year or two.
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
We'll do that. It's really fascinating, Resh. We hired this BDR firm, kind of outside sales, but they've been doing a phenomenal job of connecting me with senior leaders in enterprise companies. So we've been talking like some of the companies I'm still mind blown, like Hilton, American Express,
right,
America, like companies. And one of the things I'm finding is just leaders want to connect with other leaders to understand what they're doing. So it definitely made me kind of rethink, and I know Candice is leading this, is just doing a quarterly kind of mastermind meeting of everybody that's gone through the program, the coaching program. So I think we're going to get moving on that in Q4.
If there's anybody local here, we can host it at TriCon, right? Happy to do a showcase for folks too, like real live, walk them through the innovation lab, show them. If that's helpful, I'd volunteer for space.
One thing you're probably gonna, Marticella's probably gonna reach out to you when we start the innovation lab for human options, because we're gonna do design sprints where we bring in outside people, not just board members, but really have it like that. And it may be interesting to host one of those at your design lab.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's, a lot of activity, man. Like,
awesome.
So, Hey, I do have to tell you this before we jump. It's funny as hell. So we did an interview with Stephanie last week. And this is for Pegago, kind of interviewing her around, you know, her path to CEO and kind of role of CX, all that. And so I had Doug, because Doug, you remember Doug Reese, right? Of course. Doug Reese, yeah.
Doug
right?
Doug Reese?
Doug Reese.
Oh,
so Doug has been ghostwriting for me.
No
He's been doing ghostwriting. So he was on that
awesome.
call, and it just dawned on me, like, they met before when we were on the call, right? And I said, you guys have met before. And I think Doug was like, yeah. And then Stephanie was like, who? Like, what? And I said, remember? I think Doug was like, yeah, Reshma, Ryan's birthday party. And
how funny. Did she just like,
definitely,
did her
she
jaw
went
drop?
red.
Just red.
She remembered. She was like, oh shit. She was like, well,
dang.
This is the corporate me. That was the not corporate me. I was like, so we were like, when was that? Awesome. When was your Ryan's birthday party?
November. So we did it November of last year. Of last year. And that was all they're doing. That was like the three of them came up with that idea. One day we're on the Duffy and ordered the outfits while we're still on the boat, planned the song in a week. And like, that event is still talked about.
I love it, man. That was good.
That's
that was
so funny. That's so funny. Well, I'm so glad you work with Doug. Doug's fantastic. He's amazing. I'm trying to get my daughter to finish her horror novel because I said Mr. Reese wants to edit it. He wants to review it. So she's trying to get that done.
Yeah, Doug's a good dude. Really enjoy working with him. Thanks for the connection.
Awesome. Of course, got it worked out.
How it works.
Got to start building your your tribe.
I got a little bit of bandwidth now, I think.
Good.
So really focused on.
Good.
All right. Thank you.
Well, anything I could do to support you. Thank you, Clay. Feelings mutual about the relationship. You know that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Candice.
Right. Thank you so much, Reshma. We appreciate your feedback.
Of course. Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.